Oh, showtime. At last. I forgot my pocket. Oh wait, I have this. Woo. There we go. That actually was a lot more effective than I thought. Paring knife for cheeses. Probably not the most conventional way to open up a box, but did get the job done, so I can't really complain. Come on, jeez. Ugh. Oh. There we go. Slide that sucker on in. Woo! My box ready. Got all my sleeves. We had to get a bigger deck box for the sleeves because when I ordered all the extra ones, I didn't realize I ordered so many, so it's always good to have more sleeves than needed. Can't let some of these hollows go unprotected. Oh. This is the quarter century re-release, so it's not the original, like an old school edition of Blue Eyes, but still, it's an old school set. Absolutely excited for it. I remember like very little. I know like Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, White Dragon, a couple really cool cards. Don't remember anything else, so it's kind of part of the fun though. Guess we'll dive right in. In typical fashion, we'll start from the left. I don't know how the pack trick's gonna work for old school sets, so we'll just kind of find out. Ooh, Monster Egg. I do like that they added like this stuff like the normal to some of the normal monsters, but they didn't add problem-solving card text to a lot of stuff. So some cards just have really wonky wording. It's still kind of cool. Dark King of the Abyss. That's who shows up on Dark Ruler No More. And a bunch of other stuff with Dark Ruler Hades. Hard Armor. Just run this guy. Gravedigger Ghoul. Target up to 2 monsters in your opponent's graveyard. Banish them. Ooh. Oh ho ho! Already starting off with a secret rare. Gaia the Dragon Champion. We'll have to build a Gaia deck. I really started off with a secret in the first pack. Beaver Warrior. Dark Gray. I didn't even know this was printed. I always thought this was like a anime only kind of card. No, it's from Duel Links. Maneater. It's cool. Wasteland. I always had a bunch of copies of Wasteland. Didn't really get many other field spells. I think I had a few Umis though, but got a lot of copies of Wasteland. Alright, starting off with Secret Rare. Maybe the left side is where it's at. Who would have thought? Red Medicine, ran this quite a bit. Two-Mouth Dark Ruler. Raise Body Heat, for dinosaurs, nice. Nimerico. Fusionist, I forgot you were rare. Metabat. Sogan, I think I had a couple copies of that. Follow Wind. Armored Starfish. I'll separate the rares as well. Where's it? There you go. Gravedigger Ghoul. Miscellaneous Bulk. Not really sure what I'll use them for, but they're pretty cool. Make the most out of them. Gotta restock up on Upstart Goblin. Now it's back at 3. Gotta remember what's... I don't know if that was Spell Ruler or one of the earlier ones, but find out. Succubus Knight. Enchanting Mermaid. Petite Angel. M Warrior #1. Used to run both of the M Warriors. Were cool. Dragon Capture Jar. This one was fun. Ooh. Trap Hole. Nice super rare. Oh, that's cool. M Warrior #2. I don't know if we have the fusion in this set as well. One-Eyed Shield Dragon. Basic Insect. It was always cool. There we go. Got that sleeved. All right, starting off pretty strong here. I think a lot of the stuff like Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, all that was, they were all ultra rares, so we can still pull those as well. Trial of Nightmare. Dark World Thorns, that's cool. Silver Bow and Arrow. Beast Fangs, nice little dentures. Hain, this one was cool to run. Back in the day. Fiend Reflection #2. Drooling Lizard. Dragon Treasure. Urabi. Ran this quite a bit because I didn't have any like decent normal summon monsters. So I was like, usually lead off with Urabi or something like the Celtic Guardian. What's going on, Jason? Yeah, we're starting off with the hits. Skull Servant, a classic. Ray and Temperature. I always like the art on this one. Looked cool. Mystical Moon. Misaki, the Legendary Swordsman. Giant Soldier of Stone. This was a classic. Set that one first turn. Sandstone. Dark Energy. Really like the artwork on that one. Power of Kaishin. And Kurama. Bird. Alright, good stuff so far. A lot of classic cards. I remember, this is fun. Definitely going down memory lane here. All we need is a Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #2. Sparks. Umi. Now we're really going to the cool stuff. Isairu Zame. Nailed it. Laser Cannon Armor. This is what you put on your basic insect, at least in the manga and anime. Flame Ghost. That's a cool one. Tripwire Beast. Ran that one. Another M Warrior #2. Petite Dragon. Violet Crystal. Does it really say? Oh, it does. This is not treated as a crystal card. Thanks. Glad we distinguished that. Ugh. Succubus Knight. Electro Whip. Silver Fang. Oh, oops. Vile Germs. Two-pronged attack. Ran this quite a bit just because I didn't really have access to, like... I did have a couple dark holes, but didn't really have access to Raigeki, so... Sometimes the two-prong attack comes in handy. Left arm with a Forbidden One. One piece down, 4 to go. We're getting our Exodia pieces. The Furious Sea King. We're dueling against that. Steel Orga Grotto #1. Hinotama Soul. Oh man. Already have an Exodia piece. Nice. More of a righty person, so it'd be cool to get the right arm of the Forbidden One, but it's fine. Still get Exodia pieces. I think I had a couple. I don't know if I had one of the arms and one of the legs. Couldn't get all 5, but it was fun back in the day. King Fog. This one's also pretty cool artwork. A lot of them I ran either because they were used in the anime or manga, or they just look cool to me. Remove Trap. Oops. Let's grab 2 there. Armail. Turtle Tiger. Stop Defense. Classic. The Forest. Firegrass. Book of Secret Arts. Kagamusha of the Blue Flame. Interesting. Skull Servant. Enchanting Mermaid. Typhone. Root Water. That's an interesting name. Another Gravedigger Ghoul. Very nice. Hey! Mystical Elf Hollow. Love to see it. Metabat. Green Phantom King. Another Urabi. Used to also lead with Mystical Elf back in the day. Then Giant Soldier of Stone were good set 1 options. And if you had a decent normal summon, it would be Celtic Guardian or Urabi. I also had Blade Knight. That was so cool to pull off. It was such a cool card. Back when flip effects were pretty prominent. Plus, it's just pretty cool level 4 Light Warrior. Rain Temperature. Umi. Hitatsumi Giant. Classic. Fire Yaru. This one I also had in my deck. Dragon, or Darkfire Dragon. Oh, it's cool. Kumutoko. Fiend Reflection #2. It just looks funny. I think I ran this one a couple, like 2 copies. One-Eyed Shield Dragon. Power of Kaishin. Woo. Alright, good stuff. I was kind of hoping to do a more bigger dent in my sleeve pile, but still, getting some good hits. Can't complain there. Sparks. Red Medicine. Another Dark King of the Abyss. The Petite Angel. Metal Dragon. This one always just looked cool. That's awesome. Dark Gray. Still never really realized that was a card. Spike Seadra. Ran this one. This looked cool. Kurama. Steel Ogre Grotto #1. Always dueled against someone who had like all the Ogre Grotto cards. They just look cool to him, so we'd always use them. Komori Dragon was another one I dedicated my normal summon to. It was like the opener. I always like set a powerful monster turn 1 just so we can get room for his Ogre Grottos. Yami. Mystical Sheep #2. I think it's #1 is the one that can be used as fusion substitute. Fire Yaru. Machine Conversion Factory. Spirit of the Harp. It's if you can't get your mystical elves, you get your Spirit of the Harp. The 13th Grave. A Lesser Dragon. Ran that one. Hinotama. Kagamusha the Blue Flame. Always ran Ukazi. I don't know if it's in this set, but it's the one that burns for 800. Always one looked pretty intense. That's a lot of bulk right there. Ooh. All right. Left side was pretty good. Left side gave us a Dragon Champion, so... And a left arm of the Forbidden One. So we got an Ultra and a Secret from the left side. Not sure what the right side will give, but... feeling pretty confident so far. We got the Remove Trap. Larvis had this one. He always looked funny. Hard Armor. I think I ran like 1 or 2 copies of that in some of my decks. Turtle Tiger. Reaper of the Cards. This one's cool. This was always a pain to do damage calculation because 1380 and 1930, that's... ugh. Mammoth Graveyard. Ran this just because Yugi ran it. M Warrior #2. Kurama. Dragon Treasure. I gotta collect all the cards. I used to run a Robo Yaru deck. Like, just load up on copies of everything. Robo Yaru, Robo Lady. As many polymerizations as I could. How far are you in Pokemon Scarlet Violet? I just finished the 3rd DLC. The one that, if you get the mythical Pecha berry. I just finished the one I got Pecharunt, and now I'm just kind of like working on the Pokedex mostly. I think I traveled around... oh, what's the region called? I can't remember. Paldea. Jeez, I was like, it completely escaped from me. I just traveled around Paldea. I found a Bramblegast. That was pretty cool. That giant little like tumbleweed Pokemon. But mostly just retreading over the same areas, just leveling up Pokemon, trying to get a bunch to level 100. I gotta work on all like the main legendaries. That's what I want to do. Or just like other Pokemon. Yami. Terra the Terrible. This one was funny to run just because it was funny to say. Machine Conversion Factory. Tatsumi Giant. Another Stop Defense. Head always looked kind of weird, like the way it was tilting. Maybe that's just me. I also had I think it's Block Attack. Dark Gray. Flame Manipulator. Green Phantom King. Witty Phantom. I remember I dueled against my dad once. He had a deck with Invitation to a Dark Sleep and Witty Phantom. I remember those were the cards, like, just a lot of control stuff. Like stopping my attacks. Using cards to just change battle positions and beat over. He had a few other pretty powerful cards, too. Dark World Thorns. The Monster Egg. Root Water. The Silver Fang. Goblin Secret Remedy. Nice, plus 600. Hey, Maneater Bug. Dad used to run this a lot. It's always tough, like, swinging into a Maneater Bug and then just getting blown up. Metabat. Steel Ogre Grotto. Petite Dragon. How far are you into Scarlet and Violet, Jason? Interested to see what your progress has yielded. Beat the first 2 gyms and the Crab Titan yesterday. Just starting the team star fights. Any tips you can give? First one's dark, so bring like fighting, bug, fairy. It's really good counters. First team star fight isn't terrible. One thing to note is all their aces are basically a Reverum it's based on the type of whatever the Team Star team is meant to use. So if it's the dark one, the Reverum is going to have a move that's based on dark. And they all have usually some sort of status infliction they use when they use their signature move, so keep that in mind as well. Bring some Lumberries or status healers, just because whenever you get hit with that Torque attack, that's going to give you a status condition. Just for early game or in general? Explore. You have the whole region to yourself. Even if you find some Pokemon that are a little bit too strong, just train, explore, catch as much as you can. You'll level up quite a bit just catching stuff. Like, I'd spend hours doing nothing except just wandering around Paldea. Definitely got some tips as well. Look up, I know you can enter, like, certain codes to get, like, special Pokemon. Definitely look that up. I think Cerebi has a good... Cerebi.net has a huge, like, list of distribution code-based Pokemon. But also definitely get in that mystical Pecha Berry. Even if you can't, like, do the event now, it's just nice to have that before the time expires. So when you can do it, you're able to redeem that and get yourself a Pecharunt. Red Medicine, Succubus Knight, Silver Bow and Arrow, the Silver Cannon Armor, Dragonus the Wicked Knight, ran this one, Fiend Reflection number 2, 13th Grave, Follow Wind, One-Eyed Shield Dragon. Yeah, don't be afraid to train up your stuff or just run around. Is going to classes important, or it's optional? You do get, like, rewards for passing, like, the midterms and finals. You get a bunch of, like, EXP candies. How does the sandwiches work? So certain shops, and you'll find, like, people set up picnics around Paldea, but depending on the ingredients and, like, how you make the sandwich, it'll give you, like, certain effects. Like, hey, you can find more fairy Pokemon. You can get more prize money or experience. There's probably a couple guides out there. I haven't done, like, too many. There's some you probably do for, like, shiny hunting, but I found, like, 3 shiny Pokemon just exploring endlessly, so just by pure coincidence, you can just stumble on a couple. Like, I found just, like, 3. Some of them you just kind of stumble upon accidentally. Definitely look out for, like, the sound and visual cues, but also if you just remember Pokemon, it's like, huh, that's kind of a weird shade. Or, like, coloration. Because I didn't see any of the visual cues, but I saw, like, a Salandit that was white. And I was like, why do you look like that? It's different. He's not like the usual, like, charcoal color. He was, like, more of a pale. Well, that was a shiny one. Umi. King Fog. M Warrior number 1. Armail. Fissure. That was fun to use back in the day. Drooling Lizard. The Dark Energy. Hinotama. Legendary Sword. Ran that quite a bit in my Warrior deck. Found 3 shiny when I was playing Legends Arceus. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun to just wander aimlessly and stumble across shinies. I haven't really found any in Sword, which is what I'm kind of returned to playing now. But definitely get quite a few in Scarlet Violet. I gotta check to see, maybe they just changed the rating, or, like, the rate to encounter, but just endlessly exploring, I think just with how many Pokemon kind of spawn and show up in the overworld, you'll just be able to find them a little bit easier. Mystical Sheath number 2. The Sparks. Misai Ruzame. Vile Germs. Hey! Carbonala Warrior. This is the one that the M Warriors use. I used to run this guy. Mountain. I think we're getting all the field spells. Tripwire Beast. Skull Red Bird. And Maneater. I think we have all the old school field spells now, which is cool. Got all those. Trying to see if I can get a few other, like, old school sets, like Pharaonic Servant, Spell Ruler. I'll just see. Definitely want to get Invasion of Chaos, because that'll be a ton of fun to open. Frenzied Panda. Trial of Nightmare. Dark King of the Abyss. Hey, the Pot of Greed. Outstanding. I always forgot this was just a rare. Oh! Woo! There's the set card itself. Oh, man. I'm trying to figure out, it's like, I used to run Pot of Greed, but then it's like, oh, geez. Next I have the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Definitely had, like, a bunch of copies of Dark Magician. I think I had, like, 2 of these guys. Flame Manipulator. Kumutoko. Urabi. Power of Kaishin. Oh man, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Dang, this is the box to be. Sounds like a good plan. Just explore. Personally, can't wait to see the future Paradox Pokemon. How the Iron Moth looks. Yeah, a lot of the, even like the future and past, like all the Paradox Pokemon just have super cool designs. That's going to be like super end of game, but yeah, just definitely explore, soak up as much as you can. Catch as many Pokemon as you want for your main team, or just catch whatever you want to use if you want to switch them up for each gym or challenge, but definitely explore, get as much as you can in. You'll get a lot of experience just by just catching Pokemon, so definitely soak up Paldea while you can, Jason. Electro Whip. The Larvis. Petite Angel. I don't know if I ran this one. There's another one that had like slightly higher stats. I might have ran that one. But it does look familiar. Numerico. Fusionist. The Furious Sea King. Dark Energy. Armored Starfish. And Kagamusha of the Blue Flame. Getting down close to the end here. King Fog. Hard Armor. The Beast Fangs. Another Metal Dragon. Hey, there's our Dark Hole. Nice super rare. Always good to be loaded up on those. Sandstone. Firegrass. Wasteland. Skull Red Bird. Definitely like using Dark Hole, especially more with, I think Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge gave it a secret rare printing, which was super cool, but also just nice for Fire Kings. Trying to think what else. Probably once Ultimate Nightmare comes out with all the new YuGiOh support, that'll be good for Dark Hole. Just got to get used to the map. Yeah, the map is very big. There's a lot of places you can fly to once you discover them, so especially a lot of the watchtowers where Gimmighoul's lie, or that you can catch them for their coins or battle them. A lot of those are checkpoints you can fly to, so keep that in mind. If you see a giant tower, head on over and get yourself some Ghoul coins. Remove Trap. Dissolve Rock. Oh, it's Typhone. I thought it was Typhone. I thought there was a P for some reason. That's embarrassing. I've been saying Typhone for like the past 20 years. Whoops. Mystical Moon. Flame Ghost. Another Mammoth Graveyard. Classic. Spiked Seadra. Witty Phantom. Legendary Sword. I might just make like I've got a couple of like small power cubes. I might just fill them with all the cards I like. At least the ones I remember using. What the symbol of Pokemon types. Oh, those are usually raids or yeah, the Terra raids. That'll tell you what type it is that you're gonna be fighting against. Or at least what the type the Pokemon will terrestrialize into. So there's probably a guide you can look up online that explains like all the type symbols. I think one of them, if it looks like a bow, that's like the fairy type one. So the Pokemon itself can be anything. It'll just terrestrialize into the fairy type. So that's what you need to consider for your matchups when you go into that Terra raid. Frenzied Panda, Terra the Terrible, Saki Legendary Swordsman, Ray's Body Heat, Armed Ninja. Used to run this guy quite a bit. I think Red Ninja is the one for traps, but I always just had more Armed Ninjas, so I ran him. Forest, Drooling Lizard. Doesn't really have much drool, if you ask me. Green Phantom King, Book of Secret Arts. Don't know if I ran that one. All right. Last pack here. Legend of Blue Eyes. Whew. Already got our secret. Not sure what we'll get. Hopefully we'll get another holo. It'd be cool. If not, we still have pretty good pulls here, so I'm at least satisfied with it. Skull Servant, Dissolve Rock, M Warrior number 1, Nemurico, Aquamador, ran that one quite a bit. Sandstone, Firegrass, Book of Secret Arts, Violet Crystal. Woo! Alright, we'll go over all the rares at least, just because we got a good amount of those. So nice recap here. Aquamador, Armed Ninja, Flame Ghost, Metal Dragon, Fusionist, the Pot of Greed, Carbonala Warrior, Fissure, Dragoness the Wicked Knight, Goblin Secret Remedy, Stop Defense, Reaper of the Cards, very cool, Spirit of the Harp, Metal Dragon, Darkfire Dragon, Gravedigger Ghoul, Stop Defense, Two-Pronged Attack, Flame Ghost, Giant Soldier of Stone, Hane, Dragon Capture Jar, Gravedigger Ghoul, and Fusionist. Very nice. And for our hollows, got a nice Dark Hole, Blue Eyes White Dragon, set card, very cool. Man-Eater Bug, Gaia the Dragon Champion from the first pack. Started off with a secret. That's how you know the box was good. Mystical Elf, Left Arm of the Forbidden One for other ultra rare, and a Trap Hole. Nice. We'll definitely do a recap post on all the socials here. Good polls. Thanks for the tips. Oh, yeah. Anytime you need Pokemon stuff, I'm not competitive focused anymore, but definitely if you just want to have like casual fun, just catching Pokemon, whether you're going for like just getting all your favorites, filling the Pokedex. There's a couple, John Stone's a really good YouTube channel. He does a lot of like Pokedex filling challenges or just certain ways to complete the Pokedex or get all the Pokemon. So if you want to learn like where to get stuff or how to complete some of the games in terms of just catching everything or where to find stuff, definitely consider him. He does a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, definitely look up some of the big channels just to kind of learn some, even like competitive, just watching like replay battles. I know that's a +1 is really good if you want to get like a competitive mindset going. But yeah, if you ever need insight on Pokemon, feel free to throw any questions my way. I'll try and help as much as I can. But on the topic of box breaks, we'll also be going live on Instagram later to reveal another TCG we're going into. Also have a mystery guest joining in, so stay tuned for that on Instagram. We'll definitely be going live there, but we'll also be doing a few more, like, after next week, we're going to be doing a bunch of new, like, TCG-focused box breaks, so won't spoil too much now, but stay tuned next Saturday for another Rarity Collection break, and stay tuned on Instagram for just all the recap on all the polls, but also our mystery break and our mystery guest. So we'll see you guys over on Instagram in a little bit. But in any case, thank you all for joining in and for watching. This was a ton of fun. So let me know if you want to see more classic sets. I'll definitely do Invasion of Chaos or something like Pharaonic Servant. But if you definitely want to see more old school stuff, let me know. We'll try and get some boxes for you all. But